Good evening, everyone. I'm Vaishnavi Vaiti from Kinin Advisors. Welcome to the virtual roadshow of CASHurDRIVE Marketing Limited. Today, we will provide a brief overview of the company and its innovative business model. CASHurDRIVE Marketing Limited is an OOH advertising company offering transit, outdoor, print, and digital media solutions. Starting with cab advertising, it has expanded to include bus branding, auto ads, billboards, and EV-based advertising on vehicles, charging and battery swapping stations. The company provides end-to-end services including media planning, designing, ad space booking, and execution to help clients reach their target audience effectively. From management team, we have Mr. Raghu Khanna, Chairman and Managing Director. Good evening, Raghu sir. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We have Mr. Rajat Singhal, Chief Financial Officer. Good evening, Rajat sir. Welcome.
Good evening, Vaishnavi. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We also have Mr. Nitesh Nagpal, Business Development Officer. Welcome, Nitesh sir. Good evening.
Very good evening, Vaishnavi.
From Narnolia Financial Services Limited, we have Ms. Fiza, Executive Assistant. Good evening, Fiza. Welcome. Now we'll play a short video of the company.
Audiences on the move with exclusive advertising rights across cabs and buses. CASHurDRIVE transforms everyday commutes into immersive brand experiences. More movement means more visibility. Our mobile media platforms take your brand to where your audience is, turning every journey into a high-impact campaign. CASHurDRIVE stands as India's premier company in maximizing revenue generation from emerging and new-age infrastructure. As the country's trusted media asset concessionaire, we lead the way in digital, sustainable out-of-home and transit advertising, merging green media with real impact. Rooted in sustainability, our campaigns are powered by green infrastructure across key cities, building India's clean advertising highway. From the electric energy of IPL to the spiritual vibrance of Kumbh and the national vision of Viksit Bharat, our campaigns resonate across geographies and demographics, delivering engagement with purpose. Backed by a passionate team and founded by IIT Gopi alumnus Raghu Khanna, we deliver end-to-end marketing solutions, spanning digital OOH, transit media, ATL, BTL, TV, and print. CASHurDRIVE Marketing Limited, driving attention, sustaining impact.
Thank you for watching. Now I hand over to Raghu sir to tell us journey of the company. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vaishnavi. Thank you for the introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Raghu Khanna. I started this company 15 years back, and with the vision to have branding on the wheel, on the move media. So we started with the radio taxi companies in 2009. We were the first one to advertise on Meru, Mega, and Easy Cabs. That time, India was seeing a huge changeover from Kalipili taxis to the AC radio taxis, and there was a huge changeover at that particular time. So we were monetizing that. That is why the name is CASHurDRIVE. So anything which is on the move, that drive, we monetize that. So today, what our basic aim is, we have been partnered with Everest Fleet, which is one of the largest fleet companies tied up with Uber, and they've been funded also. And for 5 years, we will be monetizing this fleet of about 10,000 plus vehicles. Plus, we have got EV buses. These buses are plying in states like UP, Goa, Gujarat, and various cities in Gujarat. So these EV buses are manufactured by Olectra and Green Cell companies. So we are advertising on these buses also. And we are also doing public utilities by MCD in Delhi. As well as we are also created EV charging stations which can be used for advertising purpose. So this has been a growth story. We have been, I'll say, having a first mover advantage since day one while getting all these taxi companies and signing up with the electric buses. We are riding with the wave. And I would like to introduce my Chief Business Officer, Mr. Nitesh Nagpal, who is with us for the last 15 years. And he will run you through the company presentation and explain you how the company has grown. With the financials, Mr. Rajat Singhal will help everyone understand the financial growth of the company in the last 3 years. Thank you so much. Over to you, Nitesh.
Thank you,
Especially
Ravi
if you
sir.
can start with the presentation. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We'll start with the company presentation.
As Raghu sir rightly mentioned, what we are into. So primarily, we are India's largest sustainable media asset company in India, with ESG complete advertising practices. What we are following, with ranging into outdoors and other divisions as well. Primarily into eco-friendly media assets. Yeah. Next. Next slide, please. So this has been our vision, pioneer with eco-friendly OH media in India. And as what differentiator we have, we are the only company in India who are basically targeting the complete EV eco mobility system. So starting from EV cabs to EV buses to advertising opportunities on the EV charging stations as well. And we have more than 15 years of operations now with a team size of 87 team member. And this has been the numbers what we have. We have an advertising rights on more than 1,000 buses across India, spread across UP, Gujarat, Pune, and Goa. And this year we had a PAT of 12.69% with an operational turnover of 139.32 crores. Next. Next slide, please. So this is the company hierarchy chart. So as you can see, Raghu Khanna is the managing director and chairman. Then we have Mrs. Praveen Khanna, Bhupender Khanna, and we have independent directors as well. How are we different to our competition in outdoor advertising? So we are basically, I would say, doing transit till 2009. We wanted to cover anything on road, rail, or air. So transit is our major USP. We are also going into urban reach as well, primarily with practicing into green media, which none of the other companies today are actually working on. In today's time, brands want sustainable advertising and responsible advertising, and not only the regular media. So with the specialization into green media, with the specialization into I would say EV revolution, this is more of a major key differentiator factor for CASHurDRIVE. Yeah. So primarily we have covered, we have differentiated into 4 segments: outdoor, transit, sustainable and green media, and print and digital media. And this kind of a numbers what you can see what we have right now. Trade versus exclusive media. Exclusive media is something what primarily CASHurDRIVE as a company owns, and trade media is something what we generally trades from a different media owner and give to a client. Next. So these are the latest 3 flagship campaigns what CASHurDRIVE as a company has executed. The recent one was Com 2025, wherein more than 60 crore people visited. So we had to create the media options in those 45 days, sell, and then getting the payments also in the 45 days. The other than campaign was Viksit Bharat, wherein we had executed this campaign till the Tehsil level of 6 states. Along with this, we also executed 3 IPL team campaigns, primarily Kings 11 Punjab, Gujarat Titans, Kings 11 Punjab, Gujarat Titans, and Rajasthan Royal. These are our partners because of whom we are sitting in this room today. So we are a multimedia accredited agency as well from INS and from Government of India DAVP. If I talk about in transit, then we have Mega Cabs. They are our partners for the last 15 years. We have Greencell and Olectra, with whom we have the partnership for EV buses. Then we have WTI, Everest, GoBolt, and Ito with respects to the EV auto rickshaws and EV cabs. Then if I talk about the traditional outdoor in the EV segment, then we have Charge Karo as well. So these are the kind of presence what we have. We are present in more than 11 states. So client get a one-stop solution. Client get one agency who can execute campaigns for at these multiple states at one point of time. So because of our key work, what we have been doing from the past 16 years, we have been awarded a few awards for our campaigns what we have executed for Netflix, Marks and Spencers, IKEA, Kevin Care, and Zoho. So if you could see that Archie's, Marks, four out of five brands are international brands. So that is the kind of strength what we bring on table for our brands. This is how our journey looks like. In 2009, we incorporated, and the vision was to do something in the radio cab industry. In 2011, we tied up with the major radio cab players at that point of time, which were Meru Cab, Mega Cabs, Easy Cabs. In 2016, we got the accreditation from the Government of India, which is DAVP. In 2020, CASHurDRIVE became the only company in India to sign up an exclusive agreement with Uber for the on-car advertising. 21, we thought of with the India moving towards sustainability, we thought of I would say moving into same segment with advertising perspective attached to it. 2022, we tied up with the EV bus operators for EV bus branding. 23, we again changed our entity for public limited, and 25, we signed up a contract with the Everest fleet, which is primarily backed by Uber in India. Next. So this is the build to scale what we have. So the modes is how do we increase our EV network primarily. Right now we have a few stations and 1,000 buses. How can we increase that? Then we need to increase our capabilities with respects to production setup and with respects to team. Yeah. And then we will have more tie-ups as well. So these kind of a segment what we are into right now. So we have 98 EV stations spread across 4 states with a major higher chunk in Delhi, then Chandigarh, Dehradun, and Agra. This is how the advertising at an EV station looks like. So brands these days are primarily ready to advertise on an EV station rather than a regular branding. So site on the left, the Mountain Dew campaign, this charging station looks like in Dehradun. The site on the right, the Ease My Trip campaign is being executed at Delhi. This is how the OH market looks like in the coming time. So OH market needs to be $1 billion for 2027 and growing at an average rate of 12% CAGR. And with the smart city development coming up, with the EV, with the buses moving into the EV segment coming up, the potential is pretty huge in the India's OH market. Next. So I'll request Rajat to share this slide with the partners.
Thank you, Nitesh. So I'll take you through the numbers for the last 3 financial year. So first of all, I'll take you through to the competitor who are already in the listed space in our business. So if I'll compare the market cap and the PE, so Bright Outdoor and Signpost are the two competitors who are in listed space. The PE for Bright Outdoor is around 29.74, and for Signpost is around 38, and we are launching our IPO at around PE of 12.5, which is very reasonable as compared to the other competitors in the listed space. Moving on to the next slide. So this is the revenue bifurcation for the last 3 financial year. So geographical wise, client contribution wise, and sector wise. So geographically, as Nitesh has rightly pointed out, we are not only in few states. We are doing business in 11 states across country. So major chunk of revenue is coming from Delhi, UP, and Maharashtra. Client wise, we are also top 10 client are contributing to around 61% of the business. And we are also not into only private clients. We are also doing government clients as well. Next slide, please. So these are the few KPIs for the last 3 financial year. So if you'll see all the KPIs, we are, there's a huge substantial growth over the last 3 financial year. Top line has gone from 79.4 crores to 139 crores in FY25. EBITDA, not only the absolute number, the margins are also growing. So these are the basic KPIs for the last 3 financial year. So we have obtained a EPS of 14 in the financial year 25. Next slide, please. I'll hand over to Nitesh for taking you through the other part.
So every company has a SWOT analysis attached to it. Same goes with CASHurDRIVE also. So we have listed strength as if we are the only company in India and we are the first mover advantage in the ESG compliant media. And since we have been doing transit since 2009, so that gives us a leeway in capturing the EV revolution with respect to the mobility sector, especially in the EV segment. Then we are already accredited with DAP and INS, as I said earlier. Weakness, the limited canvas of the branding space as compared to the hoardings. The hoardings are much bigger in size. You will see hoardings which are 40 or maybe more bigger as compared to a cab or a bus, which primarily gives a lesser branding area. Opportunities are huge in a country like India with a population of 150 crore, with the smart cities development coming into it, with this government who is really bullish about the EV revolution, right? I'll say. So the opportunities are big, bold, and beautiful for a country like India in the complete ESG media. Threat in today's time is digital, wherein the brands have started spending on the Meta and the Google ads. So these are the business strategies what we have. So expansion of existing service portfolios, wherein we have expanded from, I would say, transit print to EV segment with the battery swapping stations as well. And we want to diversify revenue streams and reduce the core ad services. We also wish to invest on the technology front. Tomorrow the brand would like to execute campaigns multiple state-wise. So tomorrow technology will help brand in better planning, in better execution as well. We would also like to have the in-house printing facility. Within today's time, we don't have. Brands generally give prints to us to execute. We want our media, we want India to have the same set of buses what Dubai or New York has. So for that, cosmetic surgery needs to be added. For that, we need to have our own in-house printing setup. We also wish to have long-term media rights, what we generally already have for 5 to 10 years, but with more media acquisition by CASHurDRIVE, that will be one of the strategy what we will be adopting going forward. So these are the brands who have trusted on CASHurDRIVE since 2009. You will see brand like Borges and Kingsdale Punjab. These brands have been working with CASHurDRIVE for the past 15 years. You will see a genre of brands. We are working with international brands like Marks and Spencers, Jubilant, Perfetti Van Mille, PepsiCo, and Mitsubishi Electric. You will also see category into FMCG by Borges. You will also see a aviation brand Korean Air. You also see a travel category by Redbus and Flixbus. So a genre of brands across all the sectors CASHurDRIVE have been happily working with. Next. Rajat, can you? I will request Rajat to take this slide with you.
So these are the issue highlights. Issues opening from 31st July. Anchor book has started from 30th July, and the issue is closing on 4th of August. And for the details for the issue, I'll ask Fiza to explain more about the issue from Nandoli.
So this is how primarily we wish to use the proceeds into technology, capital, and the general corporate expenses, and the capital and the working capital requirement as well. And the same has been mentioned in the RSP also. Next. So since we have been working since 2009, we have been doing good work in the industry with respect to outdoor advertising. So we have been blessed by the God, wherein media has covered us, I would say, in the last 15 years. The first coverage was the India Today coverage, wherein Raghu Khanna was being covered by the top 15, top 20 entrepreneurs. Then we were also covered by the book called Connect the Dots, published by Rashmi Bansal, wherein top 30 entrepreneurs were covered who were non-MBAs. and the on the left we were also covered by Economic Times, Hindustan Times, and Times of India. When we had a recent tie-up with the Everest League, which was backed by Uber. Why you should invest with us is the major rationale. We are a young team who is very bullish to see India changing. We want India to be the new India with the smart cities coming into up, with the EV revolution happening in India, and with the strong client base what we already have. And since we have already pioneered and we have already have a first mover advantage in the ESG compliant media, we wish to take this bigger in the whole country. So we would appreciate if more of the hands come together and making this country more beautiful. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's start with the Q&A session. I request all the participants to post their questions in the comment box. So we have first question from Mr. Sumit Pawar. EV charging stations पर जो advertising हो रही है, उसका typical payback period क्या है?
उसका पेबैक पीरियड यूजुअली आप लगा के चलिए, क्योंकि हम तो एडवर्टाइजिंग उसको मंथली लीजिंग पे लेते हैं, सो उनका कैटलाइज कर जाता है, जो ब्रेक इवन है वो अबाउट हाफ हो जाता है. जैसे अगर वो 10 साल का टेंडर है तो 6 साल या 7 साल के अंदर उनको ब्रेक इवन करना होता है ईवी चार्जिंग वालों को, तो हम उसको आधे टाइम पे कैटलाइज करा देते हैं थ्रू द लीजिंग ऑफ एडवर्टाइजिंग.
Okay. Next question. Amit Chaudhary, what is your roadmap for geographic expansion beyond current 4 to 5 cities, and how do you plan to scale your EV infrastructure integration?
See, we are already in 11 cities right now, rather 11 states, and जैसे यूपी के अंदर तो 14 महानगर, जितने 14 के 14 महानगर हैं उसमें हम अवेलेबल हैं. So it is not beyond 4 or 5 cities. We are already present in more than 20 cities in India right now. एंड हमारे जो फ्यूचर ग्रोथ एक्सपेंशन है वो यही है कि जहाँ जहाँ पे अभी बसेस चेंज हो रही हैं, इलेक्ट्रिक बसेस आ रही हैं. अभी हमने पंजाब का टेंडर भी जीता है 1-2 दिन पहले. तो जहाँ जहाँ पे भी इलेक्ट्रिक बसेस आ रही हैं और नई बसेस आ रही हैं, वहाँ के हम टेंडर अभी पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं और हम उसको अपने ईवी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मॉडल के अंदर स्केल कर रहे हैं.
Next question. Shankar Verma, what is your current working capital cycle and how do you plan to optimize it?
I'll ask Rajat to answer this question.
So normally the working capital cycle is around 140 to 150 days, and so as Nitesh has mentioned about the object, so we are implementing the tech. We are investing in the tech app, so which will help in better negotiation deals with the client. And secondly, we are expanding through the exclusive media, which will help in getting the better rates, better availability of media with us, and will further reduce our working capital cycle.
Next question. Deepika Chadda, can you explain the significance of your exclusive partnership with Uber backed fleet operator?
So Everest is the largest partner of Uber in India, and they have a fleet of about 13,000 cars, which are exclusively with us for advertising. So that is a big significance, because to get that kind of a data and to get that kind of an inventory, which is 100% on Uber and which is backed by Uber, that is one of the most essential, because most of the brands want to reach people on the move. Today, people are not sitting home. So they are either on travel, they are using taxis from airport to home, from office to home, to go to malls. So these are the Uber taxis, these are the hatchback Uber Go cars majorly. And Everest specializes that. So to target that particular genre, we will be very, very instrumental with the big significance of this exclusive partnership. Will go on long way for brands.
Okay. Next question. Dhvani Ahuja, how does the company differentiate itself in a sustainable advertising space?
So the whole infrastructure is changing. Your employee transportation, goods transportation, all these networks are being converted to EV. So since we are already having the rights for buses, we've already tied up with IPO Motors also for the goods transportation. So we are already part of the sustainable advertising space, where no one in the country is doing that. And today brands want a sustainable advertising, because even if you see even a smallest of the smallest brand, they try to showcase themselves as a recyclable package brand or something which is doing something for the environment. So brands have become more responsible than more visible. So they need some kind of media which is more responsible and environment friendly and ESG compliant. So our complete focus will be on ESG with the new media being added up.
Next question, Urmish Shah. Can you throw some light on revenue mix for financial 25? And will the same mix continue going forward? And also, since 60% of your revenue comes from Delhi and UP, will we see some diversification?
Yeah, so if I talk about there are revenues which are coming from Maharashtra also that will grow in coming year. So we will have additional states also once the tenders are being allotted to us, like Punjab, you will see significant rise in Punjab also. And in terms of revenue mix, we have exclusive media revenue mix of about 22% right now, and 78% is non-exclusive media. And with the IPO proceeds, we will be enhancing the exclusive media, and that revenue mix will increase for sure.
Okay, next question. Nikhil, how do your long-term exclusive advertising rights? Next. Pratham, what is the client concentration risk? How dependent are you on top clients?
So we don't have any client concentration risk. As Nitesh has explained to you in brief, we have got about 78% revenue from private clients and rest from the government clients. And out of those 77% also we have from various categories and various, I'll say, sectors, be it aviation, be it food and beverages, be it other formats. So these are the various forms where the client is. And our client concentration to top 10 clients has been decreasing. If you see in the last 3 financial year, it was 70% in the earlier financial year 3 years back, and right now it is at 60%. So this is also decreasing.
Okay, next question. सुमित पवार, करंटली आपके पास कितने फ्लीट व्हीकल्स अवेलेबल है एडवर्टाइजिंग के लिए और इस नेटवर्क को और कितना स्केल किया जा सकता है?
अभी 1100 गाड़ियां एक हमारे पास इलेक्ट्रिक है जो कि और नेटवर्क बढ़ रहा है, अभी नई नई इलेक्ट्रिक गाड़ियां आ रही हैं उसके बेसिस पे.
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, चिराग पांचाल, how do you deal with service disruptions, example vehicle breakdowns or EV site outages impacting campaigns?
That is not our core forte. We are just into advertising. The vehicle breakdown, EV site outage is the operator issue. So the vehicle fleet owners or the CPO, the charge point operators, take care of those issues, and they provide immediate replacement if there is any such issue.
Okay. Next question. Omkar Shinde, how scalable is your in-house printing facility? Can it handle peak loads, large pan-India campaigns without affecting the turnaround times?
Yeah, for sure. We would have about 1.5 to 2 lakh square feet a day of printing, which would be there. And this can easily handle the peak load of large pan-India campaigns when they will be rolled out.
Next. Omkar Shinde, the company is lower than Bright Outdoor. How do you justify your valuation at the cap price with comparatively lower NAV per share?
Rajat, I request you to answer this.
Rajat sir.
Yeah. So Bright Door Outdoor is a higher base, and they are mainly into exclusive marketing. We are right now, their 100% of the revenue is coming from the 100% from the agreement media. Right now we are at 20% exclusive media. Going forward, when we will be investing in the exclusive media, we will also improve on our NAV.
Okay, next question. Shubham More, how do you plan to improve operational efficiency and reduce cost further?
So with the tech, that's the only answer to improve on the operational efficiency and reduce the tech. That's the only way.
Okay. Next question. Sumit Pawar, what's your fallback if government clients delay or cancel large-scale campaigns?
Nothing of this sort happens at all because government campaigns, the fund are automatically allocated and then only they release a purchase order. So it is not like a tender-based thing. It is a campaign-to-campaign basis. So there are no government delays or cancellation of large-scale campaigns.
Next question. Umesh Shah, will you continue to debt-free company going forward or you will incur some capex? Also, can you share segment-wise margins in which you operate?
So if I talk about, we are a debt-free company and will continue going forward also be debt-free. And we are an asset-light company. We don't create capital. The capex is very less. So we are in a very asset-light model. We don't own the vehicles or we don't own the media. We just lease the media for the duration, and we lease the media which is required at that point of time. And in terms of segment-wise margin, if I say the trade segment where we are trading media, there is like a X margin, and in an exclusive media offer we have a 2X margin. So there is a difference between X and 2X. That is a kind of a margin differentiation is there when we are into exclusive media. And with the IPO proceeds, we will increase the exclusive media options.
Okay. Next question. Prathamesh Gandhi, how much of your future growth will come from EV infrastructure channel?
So to give you some numbers, right now in India there are about 5,500 EV buses. It's a Google data. You can Google search it. In financial year 24, it was 4,500 buses, and by financial year 27, government is expected to have around 17,000 buses. And today we hold about 25 to 30% market share of EV bus in advertising, and that is how we will have our growth. And government is also catalyzing the growth by giving subsidies to the EV bus manufacturers to have EV buses deployed on ASAP basis. So that is where the main thing is happening, and we expect a lot of future growth in the EV infrastructure model. And with companies from America coming to India now, we expect a lot of huge infrastructural development happening in EV infrastructure space in India. And we will be one of the most key players playing a role to monetize that particular inventory for a lot of charge point operators and a lot of bus operators.
Okay. Next question. Nikunj Patil, are there plans to expand into new advertising formats?
Yeah, in case there are options, but we will be stick to majorly transit media only and sustainable media only.
Next question. Can you elaborate on your long-term plan for automation and real-time monitoring?
Yeah, with the IPO proceeds, we are creating an app which will help us do a proof of performance of monitoring of campaigns, as well as automation of and optimization of the media plans.
Next. Prem Singhania, how does sustainable and ESG aligned advertising compare in ROI to traditional media?
The ROI is almost the same. It is not different right now. It is just that the kind of brands which are using it are bigger brands, and they tend to give you a larger business in terms of workability because these are new medias, these are new infrastructure. The buses are extremely expensive in compared to the regular traditional media which are there, and this is a new infrastructure coming. So any brand would like to have their brand on a new thing. So that is how the ROI is better.
Okay. Next question. Paraksha, with infusion of IPO funds, what be the revenue from exclusive deals? Also, what's the incremental margins we get in such deals?
So I answered earlier for the margins. With the revenue, currently 22% of the revenue is coming from the exclusive deals, and we expect a huge growth with the new deals what we will be signing up with the fleet owners now, and this will definitely improve on the incremental margins also.
Next question. Neeraj, how does the EV charging and battery swapping advertising model work operationally and financially?
See, we outsource the charging and battery swapping to other companies. We are just into advertising, and since a lot of the time has been changing from where the lot of EV companies are using this media for advertising. So our main focus is advertising, not charging and battery swapping.
Next question. Paraksha. With IPO funds, what would be total fleet size that we would be covering? Currently, how much fleet do we cover?
With IPO funds, we will be at least having multiple new fleets which will be coming on board with us. There will be new companies which have already shown interest to partner with us. And with more number of cars, apart from creating a density in one city, we will also be expanding to other cities with these fleet owners.
Okay. Next question. Chirag Panchal, what's your strategy to diversify revenue streams and reduce dependency on any single vertical?
So there is no single vertical. There are 4 verticals where we are working. So we have outdoor, traditional media, TV, print. So it is not dependent at all on single media, and we have multiple medias where we are working.
Next question. Tanish Shinde, OOH media spends are highly cyclical and linked to economic growth. How would a slowdown in advertising budgets or shift to digital affect your pipeline and pricing power?
Yes, OOH is definitely, or even advertising as a whole is linked to economic growth. So that is the yardstick to measure if the companies are doing well, they're spending more on advertising. But as of now, there is no slowdown in the budgets of outdoor because India still doesn't have that much of digital penetration what it is there in the West. And the outdoor budgets are still, if I talk about apart from metros, tier 1, tier 2 towns, where the print and television penetration is also not much. So eventually we end up doing outdoors, and brands are using outdoor as a main medium of advertising. And we don't see any kind of a slowdown in this format.
Okay. Next question. अदिति मेनन, आपके हर बिजनेस वर्टिकल से कितना परसेंटेज रेवेन्यू आता है?
So it is about, अगर मैं आउटडोर की बात करूं, about 55% का रेवेन्यू आउटडोर से आता है. टीवी प्रिंट से अबाउट डिजिटल के अंदर अबाउट 5 to 6% का हमारे का रेवेन्यू आता है टोटल सेल से. And in terms of transit, buses, autos, taxis, it would be about 35%.
Okay. Next question. Sudeep Shastri, your business is heavily reliant on exclusive rights with fleet operators. What contractual safeguards are in place if these agreements are terminated or not renewed?
Our business is not reliant on exclusive. It is just 22% of our business right now. Only the margins are higher. That is why we are going for exclusive rights. Our business is into media sales, and we do media sales of exclusive as well as trade media both. And in terms of like any agreement, they have a termination clause. And but by God's grace, we have been working with MegaCast for the last 15 years, and we have regularly, I'll say, renewed our agreement with them. So that shows the kind of commitment we have towards our partners.
Next question. निशा बारोट, आपके इन हाउस प्रिंटिंग फैसिलिटी का स्केल और कैपेसिटी क्या है?
सर अभी इन हाउस प्रिंटिंग के फैसिलिटी लगेगी, जिसकी जो आप स्केल लगा के चलिए 1.5 से 2 लाख स्क्वायर फीट पर डे वो छापेगी.
Okay. Next question. Shruti Taude, how does COD differentiate from traditional OOH companies like Bright Outdoor or Signpost beyond EV and sustainability messaging?
See, EV and sustainability is our USP. That is one. We are expanding. We are about 16 years old right now in the industry, and we are the youngest one to in the industry to come with the IPO. But it is majorly concentrated in the West. We have about 11 states where we are present. Signpost is already on main board and is exactly into the similar businesses, and they are also into buses now. They have got the best buses. So it is not much of a difference between Signpost and CASHurDRIVE, because they have, in terms of geographical distribution also, which is very high. So the only difference which is there is, a major USP is that we give a concept house solution, where we give an end-to-end solution to the branch and not just work like an agency. So we are not just selling our own media, we are also trading media, where we give an unbiased opinion to a client in case a client likes something better. So we are ready to offer that particular client and work like an agency also. So we have a hybrid model, which is not there in case the other OH companies. That is a big differentiator.
Okay. Next question. Just Madami, how large is the Indian OOH advertising industry and what its expected growth rate?
Ojasi, it is about 7,000 crores, approximately $1 billion is the kind of industry size. It is growing at about 12% right now.
Okay. Next question. Shantanu, a large share of your revenue comes from government clients. How do you mitigate risk of delayed payments, tender cancellations, or regulatory shifts in public advertising norms?
See, if I talk about the government tenders or anything, these are campaign. So the campaign payments are usually in a span of 60 to 90 days. And it is only 22% of the revenue contributed to the whole revenue what we do.
Next. Neeraj, thank you for the detailed insights. All the best for your IPO. I think we have covered majority of the questions. Thank you, Raghu sir. Thank you, Rajat
Thank you
sir.
so much. Thank you. Thank you, Rajat. Thank you, Nitesh. Thank you,
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
All the best for the IPO. Thank you, everyone.